been a while since we did a clean and chat together. It's time. I'd like to introduce you to the star of today's show. This has to be one of the most beautiful envelopes I have ever received, ever. I'm almost 60. That's saying a lot. I've received some cool things in the mail. My cousin's daughter is getting married, and they have designed their most gorgeous wedding invitation. I love the idea of all the varied stamps. They're so beautiful. Beautiful font, just gorgeous. It's sort of a shiny white, very elegant. The back is even waxed sealed, for real wax, not a sticker wax. Textured, exquisite. Simple, elegant on the back. I sliced it here to try to preserve it in its entirety. I wanted it to look unopened, but I have in fact opened it. Inside is every bit as beautiful. Velvet, textured paper on the inside. Their colors are green and burgundy. They're having a dark fairy tale themed wedding. The invite is gold, and I believe these are trees, like fairy tale forest. Yeah, that's what they are. Printed. It's also embossed, and I'm not sure what this little thread is, or not, if it's just the tiniest string, twine. It feels very natural, hempy maybe, and a beautiful map that looks like a treasure hunt. That looks like something you would find in a fairy tale. Handmade paper, embossed, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The place is a 142-year-old or 143-year-old building that they're going to have their reception at. Their RSVP envelope. They have a website. I RSVP'd on the website so that I didn't have to give up any parts of this beautiful invitation. Boy, have they come a long way wedding invitation wise since I got married in the 1980s. These are exquisitely done. Just beautiful. I couldn't wait to show you because it's amazing. Who doesn't love to get happy mail like that? So just an idea. We're totally going to scam on their ideas, but if you're sending out happy mail, why not do the same? This is such a great idea. Just get a variety of little stamps and make it add up. Because as a junk journaler, this made my heart glad. I didn't even have to open the inside. The envelope was just like a treasure box worth of beautiful stuff. What a fun idea. And that's what these clean and chats are all about. Just a variety of show and tell and ideas and things that I don't think deserve their own video, but we like to share, you know. So speaking of show and tell, I got my Valentine's Day gift early from my mom, and it's a box of chocolates, and it's in a giant heart shape, and it says all you need is coffee, which makes me very happy. Oh, and chocolate. Oh, and it's coffee flavored dark chocolate caramels. Oh my God. It just kept getting better and better and better as I pulled that out of the box. And they are quite tasty. The first one I wasn't sure about. I thought, I don't know, because it's a tiny bit bitter. But the second one was fantastic. They are terrific. In fact, I think I will enjoy in honor of you being here with me. Yummy, 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 yummy. My mom spoils me. She gives me gifts for every single holiday ever. My Valentine's Day bag was filled with all kinds of goodies, and one of the gifts was in this box. I've seen these at Dollar Tree. I imagine that's where she got it. I'm not sure, but I see, because it's so hardy, it's only shaped like a bag. It doesn't bend like a bag. It's pretty sturdy. I see a journal cover, a nice little Valentine's Day glue book. I think that would be great fun. I would probably cut it down the center with my utility knife, because I can't seem to find a break in it like I can with regular boxes, so I would cut it down the center and then cut the bottom off. And then, because that's pretty wide for a spine, you take it down in half and then put the two spines together. Now you've got a really thick spine that's half as wide as this with both your covers intact. It's a super easy way. I would do it here, but I need space to make sure that I get my lines straight, because if I screw it up, it'll be problematic to fix. But I'll show it to you once I get it done. Speaking of gifts, I'm still putting away Christmas gifts. I've never had white goodies from Mr. Holt. This was a Christmas gift. I don't think I showed it at Christmas time. I'm not sure. Can't remember. Sorry if it's a repeat, but looky, yay for me. Can't wait to play with that stuff. Gift from Leanne. It is an edge puncher, which is so much fun. It adds such a fun element to page edging in your journals. I do it a lot in the smaller journals, because then you only have to do it once. If you want to, you can line it up and do it again. Has a template on either side, so you can see where to line it up properly. Anyway, fun. You can either leave it like that or take that piece off. Kind of a deckled, lacy kind of edge. Very pretty. Who doesn't love new toys? Since I have these out, I did remember this time to print off the freebies that are on Patreon. If you want some numbers to do dailies, like the recent video I did on Sue Fichter's way of doing junk journal, daily journal keeping. This is the vintage one, obviously. It has, these are all letters, different shapes and sizes of mail. But you just tear away or cut away Sunday, the 31st of October or something. So here's those pages. More postage. These are more envelopes where those are letters. And random numbers. You could use them as dates for sure, but you could also use them as birth dates, as tracker numbers. You know, I read 24 books this year, or I did 31 days of walking outside every day, or something. Anything you need a number for, just as a tab, just stick a number on top of something. We love numbers, so that's handy. The days of the week, the months, more of the same but different background. More of the same but different background. More of the same but different background. This one has postcard type stuff. That's the vintage one. I said I think they'd come in handy no matter what kind of project you're doing. We all need numbers or days of the week, months and whatnot. And then I did the same exact set with no background. So you can print this and just use it black and white, or you can print it, it's on transparent background. So you can print it over any digikit that you like I did with this digikit that I'm working with. So I just used this and printed it over this paper, this digikit. So you can use the black and white ones in a variety of ways. And of course, anything that's plain black and white, you can grunge up with your dauber, like you grunge up anything. You can, if you have a laser printer, you can coffee dye it. If you don't have a laser printer and you want it coffee dyed, I have a coffee dye digikit that you can just print this and then print the coffee dye over it, or vice versa, however you want to do it. And then you would have these numbers on a coffee dyed sheet, all digitally. And the coffee dyed digitals are way easier to write on and to work with as far as journaling than the real McCoy coffee dyed stuff, which I love. But for writing on things, I prefer the digital version. Coffee dyed are in my Etsy store. These digital numbers, dates, and days on vintage and or black and white are free, 100% free, on my Patreon page. You don't have to be a patron to get these. So go there and get your goodies. Another gift that I got from my mom, I think for Valentine's, maybe for Christmas, was this little post-it sheet. She has no idea about my adverse reaction to butterflies these days, but it's so cute. It has little Velcro thing, and it's so simple. It uses one of these, a different one, but she just used one of these on that page edging, just in the center of it, just once. And this is so simple. It's 2 pieces of paper glued together, 2 different patterns, not even glued together well. In a strip, the width of a Post-it note. It's scored to fit the Post-it note. And then it has just a little Velcro, which I found. I've been watching Camellia Craft Design. I'll put a link below to her channel. But she was using small, tiny, little clear Velcro tabs instead of magnets for pouches and envelopes and whatnot, which, as a dog owner, I don't want those little magnets in the house. They're way too dangerous. Someone might swallow them by accident. So I don't even keep them in the house. But I love the closure. I love this idea. So I was going to order the ones Camellia had, but I couldn't find them. And I was at Dollar Tree one day and I found these. Now they're quite a bit bigger than the ones Camellia. Her name is not Camellia. That's the name of her channel. I wonder why people do that. My name is Carrie, and my channel name is My Take at the Lake, not Susie's Supplies on YouTube. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So I ask everyone that I come across, who's Camellia? Because now I can't think of her name. I know her name because she says it all the time. I love her. She's got a very sarcastic sense of humor, and it's sort of deadpan and dry, kind of like my own sense of humor, so I get her. I love her sarcasm and her sarcastic comments. I adore her, and she does beautiful work, so if you haven't yet, go visit her. Anyway, she had these little ones by Velcro. I couldn't find those. I found these, and what I thought was I just cut them in half and use them that way. But then I since have found the ones she was using on her channel. The Velcro ones, of course, are better. They're going to stick better. They're going to last longer. You know, get the real deal whenever you can. But these will do in a pinch. And even though they are too big, just cut them in half. So you can make these kind of fun little closey things. And I'm gonna, just right here on camera, get rid of this stupid butterfly. Because it just irritates me. Every time I see one now, unless it's in my garden, I will find something to redress that up. Anyway, there's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. Another gift that I got, Leanne stopped by the other day and she brought me this beautiful Anything is Possible candle. It smells of red berries, crisp leaves, and oak wood, and is it yummy? But she got it because of the possibilities. A while back, she and I worked together at the emergency room of the hospital, and she bought me another candle that had this candle topper on it, and it's got a little shaker in there, these little shaker paws. So cute. I love it. Mom got me a sparkly, beautiful notebook in my Valentine's Day packet of goodies, and this cute little to-do list. I think that it's a great to-do list, but of course I see pages of it going in my purple journal and pages of it going in maybe a celestial journal. Pages, I don't think, tucked into anything would be fun. This, I think, was from Christmas in my Christmas package, but it had that beautiful candle in it. So, you know, you never know where goodies are going to come from. Come from all angles here sometimes. Another Christmas gift that I got that I don't think I shared, that I learned about on Camellia Crafts Design, is this swing arm stapler. She said it saves her quite a bit in having to have a rather expensive long-bodied stapler that has that great big bend in it, like the Crocodile Big Bites, because if you're stapling something long, let's say you want to staple in this crease, but your stapler only goes that far, and if you put it in this way, the staples are going to be sideways. This little bugger, watch, it's like magic. It just spins out. It just flips out of the way. So you can put your paper wherever you want it, and it goes all different angles. You can go all the way around the back side. You can go at a 45, so, or I guess that's a 90. I don't know. But then you staple right where you want it, the way that you want it. Easy peasy. I think those long end staplers, they can be up to about 40 bucks, and I think this was about 15 on Amazon. My aunt got it for me for Christmas. Thank you very much. And it is wonderful. I have used it several times already. I I quite love it. So it is swing arm iron stapler. Got it on Amazon. Capacity for up to 12 sheets. This is one of those things I've had lying around. My dad, for whatever reason, has stacks of Oreo tins. And I love Oreos. And this vintage one, I just love it. Of course, it's a redo of an original, three-dimensional embossed a little bit. This one came out in 1986, so technically it is also vintage. A vintage remake of the antique original. How about them apples? Just love it. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but I'll find something to store in it. Sure smells good. Oddly enough, I wonder what I put in there to clean it, because it sure smells nice. Another thing I got recently, gold leafing. Holy smackaroni, I think this is a lifetime supply. Although I've never used it, so maybe a little doesn't go a long way. It sure seems like it does, but what do I know? This was an absolute whim purchase. I saw somebody using it. I think it was Janet Nash. And it just looked so fun and so pretty. And so I went on Amazon, like I always do. When I'm watching YouTube videos and I see somebody use something I don't have, I go directly to Amazon and I search for it. Either put it in my cart or put it on my junk journal list. That is huge. And this was, I think it was $11 to begin with. But it was marked down to $6. And then there was a coupon that got even more money off. And so I got this $11 or $12 worth of gold leafing for $4. It comes with little gold leaf tweezers to be able to pick it up and lay it down into the glued surface and whatnot. And it's silver, gold, and copper, which I just think would be fun. And I was concerned, you know, these days you got to really watch on Amazon. They show pictures of different products and they're just not up to snuff like they used to be. So I thought these jars would be about yay big. Imagine my surprise. They're good sized jars. So something new to play with for $4. I couldn't go wrong. Couldn't beat it with a stick. Speaking of Janet Nash, she asked me, we were chatting via YouTube commentary, and she asked me which of my most recent books I was going to be playing in this weekend. And I told her apparently once I start a project or make, and what she's talking about was, you know, these I just did a video on these. I'll link that below. Putting together two new journals, this very, very bright one and the vintage one that belongs to this. So I wonder which one you'll find time to play in this weekend. And funny enough, like I said, I think once I make a new project, I let it set for a while and let the ideas sort of germinate in the back of my mind. Let my mind figure out what it is I'm going to do before I actually do anything in it. Plus, I was waiting for my cord to come, which it finally came today, so I can finish putting that one together. So I didn't do anything in my new books, but I did play in this little while back. I had done this tiny little book of painty pages, and I worked on this over the weekend. I did quite a few pages. I'm hoping to finish it for a flip through Friday one of these days soon. But I got out my Posca pens and did some fun doodling. I really haven't played with these since I got them. I've used the black one and the white one a lot just for here and there, like outlining as something. But to play with them, I really hadn't done that yet. And I've had these for probably a year. So it was nice to actually get to use them a little bit. I mentioned this on a St. Vinny's haul, that I had seen Marguerite Miller do one of these. It's just an old book, and it's a nice size. You know, it's not a huge book by any stretch. About the size, tip of my finger to the end of my palm. It's not very big. And she folded all the pages in half. And I really like that. And what she does with it is she has things stuck in there. I don't know if it's her index card art or maybe her Rolodex card art, but it's just a nice thing to have on your desk to stick stuff in. Super fun. I just love it. And so I finally found a book the right size, a vintage book the right size, and went to folding. You don't take any pages out. You just fold in half. I can't find a year in it, but the last story in here was written in 1869, so shortly after that, apparently. And you just fold them towards the center. Now, I learned a lot. There are some pages here you can see that are higher than all the others, and that throws things off quite a bit. and it kind of has a split down the center. What I did was fold the front ones all toward the center and the back ones all toward the center, and maybe that was my problem instead of folding them all the same way. I'm not sure, but you can see there's a high spot. I don't care. It still works. I think it's a beautiful way to store stuff on your desk. I think it's just a beautiful addition to a junk journaler's desk or a writer's desk. So very pretty. And at a St. Vinny's haul, it wasn't a haul, actually. I went looking for one thing, and I accidentally donated something I shouldn't have. I donated a Christmas gift. I had boxes. I was organizing, and I was cleaning my studio, and I was doing Christmas, and blah, 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 blah. Chaos ensued, and I put one of my Christmas gifts for someone else in the donation box to St. Vincent's. And I dropped it off, and a day or two later, I was looking for that gift to wrap, and I just had it in my hand. It was just here. What did I do with it? And then the light bulb went off, and yeah, apparently I donated it. So I called them, and I said, I just donated this on Tuesday. It's Thursday. You probably still have it sitting there in the pile. Can I come look at it? No, we'll let you know if we find it. So a few days later, I called back again. I said, I hate to be obnoxious about this, but that was a $30 Christmas gift. Could you go look for me? No, I really can't do that. If we find it, we'll let you know. Ever so helpful, these people. For fuck's sake. Anyway, a couple days later, that was Thursday. Monday, I went to the store because I thought, well, I'll just ask face to face. You know, it's easy to say no over the phone. But looking at me face to face, begging, please, can I go? I know the bag or box that it's in. Can I just look for my stuff and get that book out? No. It might be on the shelf. So I spent, I don't know, the better part of 2 hours literally looking at every single title in the St. Vinny's book. And they moved everything from the last time I went. They moved all the books to an entirely different spot. And it's organized different, and it's pain in the arse. But it wasn't on the shelf. I did find these, though. And by the way, they never did call me. I don't know if someone said, oh, look, a $30 book, and kept it, or they just disregarded the note and someone got a $30 book, brand new $30 book for 50 cents or whatever they sell their books for. Or they haven't even put it out yet, and I'll get a call sometime this summer. Oh, hey, are you still looking for that book? I did find some children's board books, and I have been watching some videos. Jack Ravi, R-A-V-I, Ravi, he's got some beautiful work that he does in board books of all shapes and sizes. Most of the pages came out incredibly easy. You just start peeling at one corner and they just peel off for the most part. This one came off like it wasn't even glued, and the pages are pristine. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? It's creamy, and the pages are, and I wish you could feel it. It feels like almost like suede. This one was so easy to take apart. This one was not. This is probably a cheaper, but beautiful for collage and whatnot. I will link Jack below. Another lady I watched, Sharon, she does a lot of collage and board books, and they're beautiful. So I wanted to try it. So after not finding my $30 Christmas gift, which I ended up having to rebuy, I did come away with $1.30 worth of board books and some new toys to play with. And I'm not sure if I showed this before, but I made this per Carrie Griffith tutorial, taking a shoebox, cutting the top out of it, making dividers for the box, and then collaging it inside and out. And I just had so much fun with this. I used some vintage bottle pictures, some vintage shorthand, old dictionary. What else do I have here? Some 1950s letters. I love it. This is for my index cards of all shapes, sizes, colors, my collections, my books. And I wasn't sure if I showed that to you or not. This wasn't the same kind of shoebox that he used, and it took a long time. But Leanne recently brought me the right kind of shoebox, and so I'm going to try it again for tags and whatnot, using the right kind of shoebox, and do it a little bit different. Maybe use some gel plate prints or some pinky papers instead of old pages, so I'll have a vintage one and a bright one. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. There, a fairly empty desk that I can do some more stuff on. Thank you very much for helping me organize and get cleaned up, and watch for some more videos. Of course, they're coming all the time. Sporadic because I am doing the other channel. A couple of you have already subscribed. Thank you so much for that. The rest of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, so don't worry that you're not there yet. I will make an official announcement soon, but that's coming up, which I'm very excited about, as is my true crime podcast that's coming along swimmingly too. Until we meet again, go love up those beastlies. Give them a big sloppy wet kiss on top of the head. Mate at the lake. Out for now.